January 5th, 2026 Millersville Borough Organization meeting. I'm Phil Listowski. I'm your newly elected mayor, and it's an honor to serve as your mayor, and I promise to work as hard as I can for the citizens of the borough. So we do have a dignitary here joining us today, and we have the county commissioner, Alice Yoders, sitting in the back there. And what I like to do is right now is thank the outgoing council members that we had, and the outgoing mayor, Dave Achel. I served on council myself for 12 years, so I know that it takes a certain amount of time and effort to do public service, so we really appreciate their efforts. And we have a couple council members in the back as well, so thank you. So what I would like to do right now is administer the oath to the incoming council members, and we're going to do this alphabetically, and the first member is going to be Greg Bargley. So there's a Bible if you care to use it. Raise your right hand, please. Okay. I state your name.
Greg Marley.
Do solemnly swear, repeat after me,
Greg Marley. Do solemnly swear
that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and I will discharge
and I will discharge
the duties of my office with fidelity.
the duties of my office with fidelity.
Congratulations. This is starting to be easy.
I need backup.
Gotcha.
Thank you.
Magic finger.
Okay, the next person will be Lauren. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, you state your name,
I, Lauren Howe,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and I will discharge
and I will discharge
the duties of my office with fidelity.
the duties of my office with fidelity.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You can really tell the people who have done this before.
Yeah.
And we have a fourth council member that he had previous engagement before the election and everything, so we'll swear him in at a later time. Hey, Mike, you're up.
Thanks, Chief.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me, please. I state your name.
I, Michael Nicholas,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and that I will discharge the duties
and I will discharge the duties
of my office with fidelity.
the duties of this office with fidelity.
Congratulations.
Almost. She almost made it. Yeah.
Hey, Rebecca, can we do the picture so the commissioner is going to?
Oh, yes, that's right, yes, that's
okay.
Right
The
now.
new members, the commissioner,
The
would
new-
like to have a picture
yeah,
with
and the mayor.
Oh, yes, yes, that's right.
Would you like it? Squeeze in there.
That's a chopped liver, right?
Yeah, we are, you're right. By a
Very
long
nice.
shot right now.
I took lives. There we go. Hey, one more picture. Pictures. They just got sworn in. Do it again. The city's swearing in is today too, so it was a busy day.
They have to tighten it up or we'll.
We're in good shape, we're in good shape. These are svelte people. Perfect, thank you so much.
I'll let you go in.
Okay. So at this point, I'm going to open up the meeting, and I'm going to call the meeting of the Millersville Borough Council to order at 6:08. This meeting is being live streamed, so please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence to follow. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, thank you. Okay, at this time, council will hear any comments, requests, or concerns from members of the public related to items on the agenda or other matters. You will have 5 minutes to speak. Please either come to the microphone up front here to speak or ask that a microphone be brought to you. Please give your name and general address for the record. Oh, no public comment, okay. So now, what I'll do, I will now accept nominations for the position of council president. Nominations do not need a second.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
We will accept all nominations before voting. Okay,
I'd like to nominate Joe Lane for council president.
I'm sorry.
I'd like to nominate Joe Lane for council president.
Over the call on Mike.
I'd like to nominate Lauren Hauk for president.
Are there any other nominations? Okay, so what we'll do in order is to, I will accept the motion to appoint Joe as the council president. And do I have a motion?
Don't you have to vote?
Okay, we have a motion. Do I have a second? We can second these.
Okay, I'll second.
So all in favor of having Joe as the council president, please signify by raising your hand. Yes. Okay, 3. All opposed? We seem to have a tie, so I will break the tie. I will oppose. So we'll bring on the next nomination. So do I have a motion to appoint Lauren as the council president?
So moved.
And do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, all those in favor of having Lauren appointed as a council president, please raise your hand. Okay, opposed? Lauren wins, Lauren is now the council president. Congratulations.
Mayor, I would like to make a brief statement. Lauren, you do not need my wishes for good luck. You will make an excellent candidate. I do feel like I have a sense of loyalty, and that's why I nominated Joe. Joe did a fine job.
That's
So,
fine.
Lauren, welcome, and Joe, good job.
So now I will accept any nominations for the position of vice president.
I would like to nominate Joe Lane for vice president.
Okay, is there any other nominations? Okay, we have one nomination. Okay, we will vote. Now, I will accept the motion to approve Joe Lane as the council vice president.
I'll second.
Is there a second?
I have a second, yeah.
Thank you. Okay, all those in favor?
Yeah, so Mike, they were looking for a motion.
Okay.
And I'm
okay.
the second.
Well,
Okay, all those in favor of appointing Joe as the council vice president, please signify by raising your hand. Aye. Okay. Unanimous. Okay, so congratulations, Joe. But, let's see, I guess, all right, now I can pass the gavel over to the council president. My duty is running this meeting is over.
All right. First item is to accept nominations for assistant secretary. Any nominations? I would nominate Mike Mikolos. Any other nominations? You're surprised.
Don't
No one
all,
wants a job that
Yeah, I was
blue.
don't all yell at once.
have to step in if I fall off the cliff. Yeah, it's
Oh, watch out
okay.
for those cliffs, girl.
All right, I'll make the motion to appoint Michael Mikolos as the Assistant Secretary. Is there a second? Thank you, Joe. All those in favor of appointing Mike Mikolos as the Assistant Secretary signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right. Thank you. Next is to consider the appointment of the Borough Manager as Secretary, Treasurer, Assistant Secretary of Zoning Hearing Board, and the Right to Know Officer.
Turn pages fast enough.
I will make a motion to appoint Rebecca DeSantis Randall, the Borough Manager, as the Borough Secretary, Treasurer, Assistant Secretary, and Zoning Hearing Board, and the Right to Know Officer.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Any discussion? All right. All those in favor of appointing Rebecca to the positions mentioned signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? All right. Thank you, Rebecca. Next is to appoint the Borough Manager as tax collector. Again, this is something we do every 2 years. I'll make the motion to appoint the Borough Manager as tax collector.
I'll second.
Thank you. Any further discussion?
Sorry.
Lucky I don't have a gavel.
It's all right. Hearing no discussion, all those in favor of appointing the Borough Manager as the tax collector for the borough signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? All right. Thank you again, Rebecca. Next is the retention of professional services. This is the borough solicitor, borough engineer, borough outsourced accountant, labor counsel, sewage enforcement officer, zoning hearing board attorney, zoning officer, code enforcement officer, and the building code inspector. Do you need me to read the names? Okay,
Kind of does.
okay.
If you're making the motion, you want me to make the motion, I don't mind reading the list.
Sure, Joe.
Okay, I will make a motion to retain the professional services of Joselle Cleary of Morgan, Halgren, Crosswell, and Kane as Borough Solicitor, RAV Associates as Borough Engineer, SEK CPAs and Advisors as Borough Outsourced Accountant, Joshua Schwartz with Barley Snyder as Labor Counsel, GHD Engineering as Wastewater Treatment Plant Engineer, Mark Deemer with Solanco Engineering as Sewage Enforcement Officer, Neil Albert as Zoning Hearing Board Attorney, Rob Moyer with Commonwealth Code Inspections as Zoning Officer Code Enforcement Officer, and Josh Nelson with Commonwealth Code Inspections as Building Code Inspector.
I'll
Please give me a
second. Any discussion? All right, all those in favor of reappointing our professional services as stated signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Thank you. All right, and that's it. Passing it over to the mayor for the mayor's report.
Okay, I think I'm done talking for the evening, but again, I want to thank the citizens of the borough for putting their trust into me and electing me as mayor. So I'll do my best to work as hard as I can for the citizens.
Thank you. The borough manager's report.
All right. So we've got a number of items this evening, many of them procedural to handle this evening. The first one is the appointment of the alternate representative to the Lancaster Intermunicipal Committee. I serve as your representative to the Lancaster Intermunicipal Committee, but in the event that we need an alternate, we need one of you to decide if you'd like to serve as the alternate. So we're looking for a motion for an alternate.
I will do it if there's no other interest. I served as the representative before. I will make a motion to appoint Lauren Hauk as the alternative to the LIMC.
Second.
All those in favor of appointing myself as the alternative to the LIMC signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? All right.
All right, perfect. The next item is a tradition of the borough in terms of how we typically handle check signers. The check signers are typically council president and the borough manager tend to be the first line of defense, I guess, if you want to say. And then the backups are the vice president and our administrative specialist, that's Emma Dene here. This is something that council just designates at each reorganization meeting. So if you all want to keep that arrangement as it is, we need a motion on the floor.
I'll make a motion.
You want to second it?
I'll second.
Any discussion? All right, all those in favor of designating the council president, vice president, borough manager, and administrative specialist as the check signers for the borough signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right.
Perfect. All right, so as happens at the beginning of most years, there are some vacancies for boards and commissions. I wanted to highlight them now so that both the residents of Millersville are aware of the vacancies, as well as council is aware, so that you all can be talking to folks and seeing if anyone is interested. Currently, we've got a vacancy on the zoning hearing board. That one just came up. An individual just resigned at the end of the 2025 year. There is a need for a civil service alternate. Now, the Civil Service Commission does have 3 alternates. Just one of those is vacant at the moment. As well as Blue Rock Fire District. There is an alternate, sort of, for the Blue Rock Fire Commission. The borough gets 2 representatives. Typically, it's 1 elected and 1 resident representative. In your backup, you have a letter from Blue Rock Regional Fire District, as well as a letter from Linda Bellilo regarding the commission. So it's sort of up to council how you want to handle that. Our new mayor also has served on the commission as well and would be eligible to serve in the elected capacity. Council could also decide to open it up to the residents as well. It's totally up to council how you like to handle it. And you don't necessarily have to handle it this evening, but it's something to consider in terms of how you want to handle it. I'm happy to have this on a future agenda as we also get nominations in for, or applications, I should say, for zoning hearing board and civil service.
I would make a motion to post the vacancies to the website and accept applications from residents for all of these positions and seat them at a later meeting.
That's good.
You will advertise the positions. That's an easy one.
Okay, great.
Okay, the next one is regarding advertising of an ordinance to revise and restate the standing committees of council. In your backup was a draft ordinance that was put together about middle of last year or so that would allow council to dissolve the requirement to set committees and allow for creation of committees at any time throughout the year by resolution. This does give some flexibility to council. If council is interested in having something else, I know that this was talked about with last council, of the idea of doing more of a liaison position, like some other municipalities do, where it is each member of council sort of has a portfolio, so to speak. The setting of liaisons does not have to be done by resolution or ordinance. That could be something that council simply decides. If council is looking to move forward with this, an ordinance would need to be advertised and then could be voted on at a subsequent meeting. So we could take care of advertising that ordinance if council is interested in moving forward with that. In terms of the agendas, that would make the first meeting of the month more of a true workshop type of meeting that would involve the deeper discussion of the legislative items as a committee of the whole. And then that would make the second meeting of the month more focused on reports from boards and commissions, voting items, any of the sort of regular report out type of items, as well as like finance report, codes report, things like that. There would of course still be the need for occasional council committees per ordinance requirements, such as a pension committee, which usually only have to meet once every few years or so, as well as a personnel committee for any time that contract negotiations would come up. I know that that's something that was presented last year, that has been presented to you all in the backup. Not a decision that necessarily doesn't need to be made tonight, but if you'd like to make that decision this evening, you can go ahead and advertise that ordinance to be voted on at either the next or the subsequent meeting this month.
Yeah, I'll take a shot at this. I would like to make a motion to advertise the draft ordinance to revise and restate standing committees of council.
I'll second.
Thank you, Marion. Yeah, our regular viewers here in the audience know that we made an attempt at this during the last session of council about 4 months ago, maybe 5 months ago, but so close to the end of the prior councils that they felt it was better a decision made by the new and incoming council. So I would like to voice my support for this particular restructuring.
Any other discussion? All right, all those in favor of the motion to advertise the draft ordinance to revise and restate standing committees of council signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? All right.
We'll have that advertised and then on either the next or the following agenda, just depending on how quickly we get into the newspaper. The next item is our annual advertisement for the monthly council meetings, which also includes our advertisement for our boards and commissions. It was requested from this council that we look at 6 p.m. starts for both the second Tuesday and the fourth Tuesday meetings. So that is how we prepared the advertisement. If anybody doesn't want that, now would be certainly the time to speak. So if the advertisement as prepared and the backup looks right for you all, then we're looking for a motion to make that advertisement.
I would make the motion to authorize the advertising of the meeting.
I'll second that.
Certainly will lead to less confusion.
Yes. Any further discussion?
Could you give us an update on that newsletter that's going to be going out this year sometime?
I can, do you want to finish this motion first, and then I
Oh.
can give you the update on that?
Sure, sure.
Yeah, all right. All those in favor of the motion, authorizing the advertising of the meetings schedule as presented signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? All right.
To answer your question, the newsletter, we started doing that last year bi-yearly. So the next one will be coming up springtime.
Oh,
So
okay.
we start preparing it, we have it set to start preparing it February, have it hopefully drafted and done by March, and then out in people's mailboxes, hopefully end of April, if not early May. And then we'll do another fall edition as well. The next item, we'll need probably a tad bit more explanation. So this is the consideration of the request to authorize the advertising of the ordinance to accept the streets and the ordinance to establish traffic regulations at the development Lafayette Place up in the northern part of the borough. I will try to make the long story of this one as short as possible. Lafayette Place, as maybe you're all aware, the development up there has, for the most part, been finished for a number of years. One of the issues that happened with the development of that community was issues with the roads not being built to the borough's specifications. They were ultimately redone to our specifications a few years ago. However, because there was an issue with the road not actually being connected directly to the borough, that's through Lynn Lane, if you know where we're talking about, across from Miller's Crossing. For the borough to be able to accept those streets for dedication, they have to be connected to another street in the borough. So there had to be some legal back and forth between the owners of Miller's Crossing and the developer of Lafayette Place in order to have that road actually dedicated first to them, and then it can be dedicated to us. So this has been going on for many, many years. Lots of back and forth with our solicitor and their attorneys, and they've gotten to the place now where Lynn Lane issue has been taken care of. They have provided the borough, they being Grande, the developer of Lafayette Place, has provided to the borough the check in the amount of what would be the liquid fuels money that we would have received had they been part of the borough's streets as of last year. And because they have taken that step, we are at the point now where we can advertise the ordinance to both accept those streets for dedication as well as adjust the ordinance to account for the traffic regulations on those streets there. So the next step that needs to happen is authorization from council for Joselle, our solicitor, to draft those two ordinances and advertise them, and then they would be set for a public hearing, probably end of this month or early February, depending on how quickly we can get into the newspaper and get all the legal stuff taken care of. This has been a bit of a long time coming. But for the residents of Lafayette Place, I know that this is something that they've voiced to me their difficulty with and wanting their roads to be plowed and taken care of to the borough's standards. So
Rebecca,
we're finally at that point.
This means that they will be getting snow removal services.
They will be getting snow removal services as well as general maintenance on their roads, just like any other borough road.
Yeah, I will happily edge this toward the finish line and make a motion to authorize the drafting and advertising of the ordinance to accept the streets and ordinance to establish traffic regulations at Lafayette Place.
I will second that.
Any further discussion? All right, all those in favor of authorizing the drafting and advertising of the ordinance to accept the streets and the ordinance to establish traffic regulations at Lafayette Place, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? All right.
Thank you. You'll see that on an upcoming agenda. The next two items are sort of updates. The first one, and I'm really glad that two of our previous council members are here because you all will be thrilled to hear this, that last year, about early middle of last year, the council last year had voted to submit an application to the Lancaster County Vacant Property Reinvestment Program for the property located at 109 Circle Road. If any of you are familiar with that property, it has been one that has been in a bit of a legal limbo for a number of years. And generally it has been difficult for the borough to handle in terms of code enforcement issues. As of right before the holidays, they had their meeting to determine if the application was going to be accepted, and it was, which means that now the county's program is going to start doing first some due diligence on the property to see if they can work to come to some arrangement with the owner, if the owner can be located, or I should say the estate of the owner can be located, and then they will work to figure out a path forward, whether that be taking the property, rehabbing it and selling it, or if they will work with the estate of the owner to be able to come to another arrangement to be able to handle the code enforcement issues that we have in that property. So it still might be a while coming, but this is really good news for us in order to really take a step forward in improving a property that's in the borough that has had years of issues. So this is a good step. The next item is also an exciting one. The borough last year applied for a grant from the Department of Community and Economic Development, the State Department, for two things. One is a grant for the Loft Community Partnership, and that was for the local services grant, and that one was awarded. They received their entire funding request for that one. The borough was the sponsor of that grant application, and they are the recipients of it. So we will be working closely with the Loft for them to be able, I think our understanding is that the money will actually flow through the borough to the Loft, since we were the technical sponsors of the application. But they were awarded their entire ask, which is great. And then the borough was also granted a portion of what we requested from the program, the park rehabilitation program, the GTR grant, which is for our park, for phase 1 of the improvements that were determined through the park master plan project. We asked for $250,000, we got $75,000, but it's something. We're going to be working with our consultant who helped us put together that master plan and see what we can do with what we did receive. We're still waiting to hear on the DCNR grant, the grant from the State Department for Recreation. Hopefully, if we're able to get our full ask from them, we might be able to make it work that we have enough to actually carry out phase 1. The difficult part is that because of the state budget being delayed, that's why we actually found out about this DCD grant much later than we had anticipated, and they still haven't announced the DCNR one. In talking with our consultant, they've heard that maybe we'll hear about it in the first few months of the year, but it just, everything is delayed. So fingers crossed we'll hear soon, but at least we've got some good news, both for our community group, the Loft, as well as for ourselves a little bit there from the state for the Park Master Plan program.
Are we gonna work with our partners to, early to find out what we're going to be able to get done with 75 grand, if that is all we end up getting, pending this DCED decision?
Yes, so once we hear from the DCNR one, what I said to them is we probably will need to come back to the drawing board a little bit and see what can be done, especially given what the borough budgeted for this year for this project. We tried to budget conservatively, thinking maybe we would get one and not the other, but we don't necessarily have the funds to be able to only take $75,000 and do the entirety of the project still with just what we have set aside for capital. So might be a bit of a back to the drawing board, or we just might break up phase 1A into 1AB and 1A.
1AA and 1AB.
Yeah, there we go. So, to be determined. But as soon as we have more information on that, we will certainly let you all know. And that's it for the management report this evening.
Thank you. I guess it's my report. Obviously, don't have much to say, but I am very excited to work with everyone on council. This is really an exciting time for the borough, and we have a really capable and experienced council and staff that I think we can do a lot of really exciting things for the borough in the coming few years. So that's all I have to say. With that, I don't think we need an executive session, so if someone wants to make a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All right, all those in favor of adjournment?
Aye.